What's up, Ricky Perez here from PR Fitness Training. I'm gonna take you through how to measure out calories and macros, specifically how to measure out food on a food scale. Very, very simple. This is a very powerful tool to help you lose weight, gain weight, maintain weight, whatever your goal is. You gotta know how to use a food scale. It's so simple. Most people have never used it. They think it's rocket science. I promise you, it's really easy. So I'm gonna be measuring out a couple common foods. Now, the scale that I have, the scale that I would recommend getting, this is Taylor brand. You can get it on Amazon for like $12. It might even be less than that. $12, you can get on there right now. It'll literally be at your house tomorrow. Okay, it's like 1 day shipping, it'll be here overnight. Let me measure out a couple things for you and let me talk you through it. So the first thing I'm gonna measure out is peanut butter. Now, you're gonna use one of two measurements. I just think this is the easiest way to do it. It's either gonna be in ounces or grams. There's certain things I measure out in ounces, there's certain things I measure out in grams. Most things I measure out in grams, that just, makes it the easiest. Let's go through peanut butter first. This peanut butter says 32 grams of peanut butter, weight-wise of this peanut butter, is considered one serving, okay? And it's 2 tablespoons. Now, why I don't like measuring the tablespoon route is because you can do a big tablespoon or you do a little tablespoon. Depending on how big of an actual scoop you use, it's gonna throw your calories and macros way off. So just measure it out in grams and then you can be as precise as possible. So I'm gonna measure out 32 grams of peanut butter, which is one serving. It's gonna come out to 15 grams of fat, 8 carbs, and 7 grams of protein. So the first thing you wanna do is take the lid off, set it aside. You're gonna put the peanut butter on the scale. Put it on the scale. When you set it on the scale, there's gonna be some numbers that pop up. Make sure you hit tare so you zero it out. So now anything that comes out of this jar is gonna be the amount of weight that's being subtracted from the jar, so that means the amount of peanut butter we're using. So if I do what I think is tablespoon right here, that was 14 grams, okay? I'm just gonna put this on this plate. It's gonna make a mess, but whatever. I'm trying to get 32 grams. There's not a whole lot of peanut butter left, so hopefully there'll be enough. We're at 25 grams. Got a little bit more left. 30, 29, 34, okay? So that was 34 grams. I'll put a little bit back. We're at 31 grams, 32 grams, okay? 32 grams right there. That is how much 2 tablespoons of actual peanut butter is. Again, depending on how full this thing, I might took 1 scoop and been like, oh, that's 1 tablespoon. Another scoop, oh, there's 2 tablespoons. It's like, no, that was technically 4 tablespoons. So measure it out precisely. That was 32 grams of peanut butter. That's how you measure out peanut butter. Don't make it complicated. Take this, put it on the scale, zero it out, scoop the peanut butter out, and it will show you how much you've used. 32 grams, okay? There's example number 1. Next example we're gonna go through is oatmeal. Okay, oatmeal, I'm gonna use grams again to measure out the oatmeal. Take the bowl, put it on the scale, zero it out, hit tare, so it says 0 grams currently. And now we're gonna be adding the oatmeal into the bowl to figure it out. Now, let me look at this first. So 1 serving is gonna be a half cup, which is 52 grams. Again, you could measure a half cup out. If it's an overflowing half cup, it's gonna be more than 52 grams, which is gonna throw you off a little bit. If you're a little bit under a half cup, it's gonna be lower than 52. So again, the most accurate way is let's just weigh it out. We don't have to use these measuring cups and everything. Let's just weigh out the actual weight. 52 grams is gonna be a serving, which is 200 calories. Scale zeroed out, pour it in. Looking for 52 grams, 48, 52, 52 right in the dot, wow. So 52 grams of oatmeal, that's 200 calories. Again, if you're doing 2 servings, then you're gonna do 104 grams of oatmeal on the scale. Whatever it is, that's just the most accurate way to do it. So again, I use grams to measure out the oatmeal. Now this is good to go. Last example I'm gonna go through is ground turkey. So I don't care if it's ground turkey, ground beef, ground bison, whatever it is, you're going to measure it out in ounces, okay? Everything else I measure out in grams. All meat I measure out in ounces. I don't remember off the top of my head, it's on the other packaging. I don't know what serving sizes are, but I'm gonna do 6 ounces of ground turkey. I'm gonna show you, this is gonna look disgusting, but this is exactly how I do it. So I'm gonna show you. No BSing. This would obviously usually be on the burner. You can cut this however you want, okay? This is just the quickest way that I do it. I know it's gonna look disgusting, but I do not care. You're gonna cut a slit in this. I'm gonna make sure the scale is now set to ounces instead of grams. So now it says 0 ounces. You're gonna put it on here and then you're gonna tare it. So it's gonna go back down to 0. So now it's showing me 0 again. Now I'm gonna take this off and I'm gonna put the meat into the frying pan until this says 6 ounces and then I'll know. I'm gonna do a little bit. I know it looks disgusting, get over it. Okay, that's 4.2 ounces. So I just need a little bit more. That is 5.4 ounces. And that's 6.3 ounces. So I would just log that as 6.3 ounces or 6.5 ounces, whatever. But that is about 6 ounces of lean ground turkey. And then obviously put this in a bag, you put it back in the fridge, and then you're good to go. That's how I measure out ground beef or ground any type of meat. So I hope that was helpful. You need to measure this stuff out correctly, because when you're tracking your calories and macros, you can't eyeball stuff. We have to be consistent with the measurements, because this is not that big of a deal. But like the peanut butter example, that's the difference between eating 200 calories versus 400 calories. Like if you just measure, oh, 2 tablespoons versus an actual 2 tablespoons is a big deal. Take the time to weigh this out. Again, this is a Taylor scale. Get it off of Amazon. It's super cheap. The app I use to track is the Macros First app. It's super, super easy. So you would just go in there, scan the barcode on this, type in 6.3 ounces for the serving size, and it's gonna populate the calories and macros for that, and then you just save it. It's that easy. Don't poo-poo this video. This is literally one of the biggest tools that you can use in your weight loss journey, your weight gain journey, whatever your fitness goal is. It's gonna involve you eating the correct amount of calories and macros, and you're going to do it incorrectly unless you accurately measure things. So get the scale. It's gonna help you a ton.